This is The Top, where I interview entrepreneurs who are number one or number two in their industry in terms of revenue or customer base. You'll learn how much revenue they're making, what their marketing funnel looks like, and how many customers they have.
I'm now at $20,000 per talk.
5 and 6 million. He is hell-bent on global domination. We just broke our 100,000 units sold mark.
And I'm your host, Nathan Latka.
Many of you who I've met in person have seen my unbelievable dashboards that I built. You know, I'm an analytics-like crazy person. I love the data, and I love presenting the data in beautiful dashboards that my team can use on their mobile devices, their phones, and TVs throughout the office. Now, the way I do this without having to hire a big development team is at nathanlatka.com/analytics. It's using a company called Clipfolio, and I'll tell you more later on in the show how I use them. It's nathanlatka.com/analytics. All right, guys, I talked about this earlier, but I schedule like so many meetings it would blow your mind. I mean, all my podcast interviews, right? Hundreds of entrepreneurs I talk to monthly, I schedule. And you know what? I do it so efficiently. I get them all to agree to my calendar. So all the calls are back to back to back. That means I'm not switching in between tasks all day long. I get them to batch so that I can be very efficient. It's so critical. And I use a tool called Acuity Scheduling to do this at nathanlatka.com/schedule. It eliminates the back and forth between me and people I'm trying to meet with. It makes it very simple. And most importantly, they help me keep my no-show rate very low because they send out reminders. Helps you look very professional. So go to nathanlatka.com/schedule to sign up, and you get a great deal. You know, you guys know this. I hit people hard. I make great deals, and Gavin, the CEO, has given us a great deal. If you sign up like normal people, okay, on their website, you only get a 14-day free trial. If you use my link, nathanlatka.com/schedule, you get 45 days free. Okay, it's the best. It's free. Go to nathanlatka.com/schedule right now to sign up, and I'll see you there. Nathan Latka here. This episode 618. Coming up tomorrow morning, we learn from Paul Trippett, 37-year-old father of one and CEO of SparkBeat, which has raised $250,000 and is now onboarding its first customers to help brick and mortar locations track customers more accurately. How does he do it from a technology perspective? Tune in to find out.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Nathan Latka, and our guest today is Rye Walker. He's the co-founder and CEO of Astronomer.io, a big data infrastructure company headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio. Astronomer is an Angelpad batch number 9 company and has raised $2 million from the likes of 500 startups, Cincy Tech, Router Ventures, and Social Starts. Their mission is to connect and centralize data, making it super simple for anyone from business users to data scientists to quickly create and monitor all of their data pipelines. Rye, are you ready to take us to the top?
I sure am.
Very good. That was a mouthful. What a big problem. What's Astronomer do?
Oh, so you didn't understand any of that, huh? Damn it. No, we're basically helping companies figure out how to use data to benefit their business. We work with later stage startups. We work with some big companies too. And really everyone's struggling. There's an opportunity. I'd say no one's really struggling, but everyone wants to figure out how to use data to make their business better. There are a lot of great products, that have emerged over the past few years.
Who?
But I think like Mixpanel, there's Amplitude in the web analytics space. Google Analytics is obviously pretty dominant. But with the rise of data science, a lot of companies are trying to get a hold of their raw data so that they can do more interesting things with it. And so that's really where we come into play to help them get the raw data from all these SaaS silos or, inside companies. Oftentimes there's a lot of different databases where data resides, and the data scientists need it all to be together to do their work.
Guys, Rye has one of my favorite websites I think I've ever seen. It looks like a piece of art. It's got like machines, humans, and then this big powerful machine in the background and kind of gray saturated scale. It feels like something Da Vinci put together.
Yes.
Rye, tell us how you make money. What's your business model?
Yeah, so we're a subscription business. So we actually call it data engineering as a service is kind of the current offering. So we're building a platform out, but while we're building the platform out, we're basically doing this work on behalf of customers. So it's sort of a cross between a services company and a software company at the moment. And so we basically offer access to our team and our technology for one flat price, $6,000 a month if you want it to run in our shared cloud, or $10,000 a month if you want us to put up a private instance of the platform so that your work is all separated from other companies.
Which like fintech companies, healthcare companies might choose.
Yep. So we just have our first few, we call it, private cloud edition customers are just going live now. It's kind of a pain because, you start to deal with HIPAA and all the regulations. But, you have to get to that some point if you want to be a big company.
Yeah. So, okay, good. So give us more of the kind of the history. What year did you launch the company in?
We launched the company in May of 2015. We were actually at the Collision conference in Las Vegas, and decided to pivot it after the first day of the conference. Well, we had a booth and people were coming up and talking to us, and we didn't like our company. It was the first time we really got out of the building and talked to a lot of people at once about what we were doing, and realized it was kind of funny. I mean, we just realized like we didn't quite have the passion for the problem, and decided to step down to a different problem. So we were building an analytics company similar to what Mixpanel and some of those sort of tools do, and realized like our biggest problem was getting companies to send us the data to run these analysis, and just recognize like every other company like us must be having the same problem. So let's go down and work on that problem instead.
This is the number one problem. I mean, you see this a ton in the business analytics and dashboard space. I'm talking about Clipfolio, Grow.com, Data Hero, Dasheroo. All of them, the number one issue is the onboarding and actually getting users to connect data streams. If they can get them to do that, lifetime value almost always increases by 10x.
Yeah. And so that's, we're trying to help the companies get more competent at that so that they can use those tools like I mentioned, but also, work with it internally a lot of times.
I don't understand. So what did you pivot from? That was what you were. What are you now? How'd you pivot from that?
So what we were was a company that wanted you to send your data to us, your clickstream data, like user clicking on your website sort of data. So that's what we needed in order for our product to make sense. And we were just doing like cohort retention analysis and how, showing how cohorts revenue grow and all that cool stuff. We could get customers to say, yes, we can get them to give us money. And it took us usually like 4 to 6 weeks of nagging to get the data. So we basically decided like, let's help these companies get data to services like the one we had. And that's a bigger, more global problem.
Interesting. Okay. So now kind of your customer cohorts are in marketing analytics, manufacturing IoT, insurance, higher ed, healthcare, e-commerce, and ad targeting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, was that on our website?
No, I'm just quick.
Okay, good. I was like, I was like, shit. I was wondering if our marketing team got the new page up because we were trying to summarize all that stuff. That's exactly it. I mentioned like another really important pivot we did was when we went through Angelpad, which is a top accelerator. The guy who runs that, Tomas.
Wait, Ryan, what's the model? What's their model? What do they put in and for what percentage?
There's 7%. They get 7% common and a tiny. And they put like 50K in at on a 4K pre-note. So essentially, they get 7% plus a little bit extra.
You mean 4 million pre-note?
Yeah, 4 million.
So 4 million cap.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Got it. 7%, 4 million cap. They put in 50K. Imagine 6% interest and some discount.
Yeah, it's a safe note. So it's pretty. It's very fair. Yeah. So. Good deal and great mentorship. And the big thing when we went into that accelerator, we were thinking, customers will give us like, we'll do freemium. Maybe we'll get $100 a month from some of these companies. And he kind of like knocked our plan off the table and said, go after big companies. So during that accelerator, we ended up deciding to pivot towards, helping big companies with a similar problem. And it turns out like the big companies actually have the same sort of challenge that the smaller companies do, getting data to analytics, except their tools are different. They're trying to get data from SAP and get it into Oracle and, various big system type stuff. And so we basically, that's when we decided to stop really focusing on startups that didn't have much money.
What was that's
how we started ramping revenue.
So Ryan, if you go back and look at 2015, what was your first year revenue? Do you remember?
0.
Okay. It was 0. And then what did you do in 2016?
Yeah. We ended the year at a 600K ARR run rate.
Okay, that's pretty good.
We went from 0 to 600. Yeah, it was a pretty good year.
So that means like in December 2016, you guys had passed 50 grand in monthly recurring revenue.
That's right. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so let me go back for a second. At team size, what are you at now?
We are 25.
Oh, nice. Where are you based?
Here in Cincy.
Everybody?
Yeah. There's just a few people that are remote, but yeah, most everybody's here.
Okay. And funding. Have you raised capital?
$2 million.
Yep.
Over the course of about 2 years.
Yep.
And by the way, when I say we started on May of 2015, that's the day of the pivot. So we kind of reborn on that day. So technically, it was about 2 years if you included the previous vision.
So you raised $2 million. What does that mean? You did what was your last round? What size?
1.1 million.
Okay. Priced?
Yeah. No, it was a convertible note.
Man.
So we've actually done like 4 rounds of notes, which is something.
Is shocking to me. This is a trend I'm seeing. I talk to a CEO every day, Rye. This is something's happening because there are so many people doing note after note after note in the millions of dollars.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's obviously like the people who do price rounds or really like to do those price rounds are all moving up market. The old A is the B now, the old B is an A now.
Yep.
And so, I think a lot of the earlier stage investors don't like to price things. So
it's very interesting.
We've got this intercreditor agreement between the 4 rounds of notes. And so I think we started with like a KISS sort of note, then we did the SAFE, then we did a real KISS, and then we did this other round. So it's pretty wild. And, luckily we try to keep all the terms pretty congruent through all that, but
and guys,
it's a mess.
We won't get into the specific terms of all those, but you can just Google SAFE and KISS and raising capital, and they'll pop up with the standard template, so you can research those. I fast forward. So you're doing, I imagine you're probably somewhere around $55,000-$60,000 in MRR here in January 2017, right?
Yeah, actually that's about right.
Okay.
We have a huge bubble of deals that we're trying to get done before the end of last year, but December happened, and that's never good.
So you've got at an ARPU of $6,000 per month, about 10 customers right now.
No, we've got 20 customers.
20,
so
okay.
Average revenue historically is around $3,000 a month.
Got it. Interesting. Okay, cool. What about churn? Has anyone left you?
One customer.
Okay.
So our churn, we've got a net negative churn of 48% right now. So it's pretty awesome. We basically have a land and expand sort of a strategy. So if a customer's like, hey, I just need this little thing done, we'll say, sure, how much money you want to give us for it? And we take that money, and then we eventually try to work them into our standard deal as their use cases expand. So sort of our strategy, and it's been working out really great.
Explain what you mean to me when you say you're net negative 48.
So a third of our revenue is from expansion revenue, of our current revenue. So if you think about 100% of the original deal, and then we now have 148% revenue from the original contract from those customers. Yep. If that makes sense.
If there was a bucket and you took all of Rye's initial customers and put it in that bucket would grow 140%, even considering the leaks from the original signups. Is that right, Rye?
That's exactly right.
Got it. Yeah. And then you've got additional month-over-month growth on top of that new customers you're adding.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we had new customers, and we're about to, like I said, add about a bunch of new ones here in the first part of the year, and probably double our revenue in the next 6 or 8 weeks.
What's it costing you to acquire customers?
We actually just started here in 2017 to spend any money on customer acquisition. Everything's been referral and outbound up till now.
A lot of people that listen to the show are thinking about the same, turning on paid stuff. How do you decide where to start and how much?
Start small. Like, we're starting very small.
How small? What's the number?
It's interesting. Like, I think our first month's budget was $600.
Okay.
We just really I told our marketing guys. So we have a marketing guy down. I said, I want to see retargeting. I keep seeing all these retargeting ads happening. I'm like, it's got to be effective. So. Just enough to get retargeting up and running for us.
Yep. Okay, so maybe too early to have obviously a CAC, and same thing probably with LTV, right?
Yeah, I mean, our math on that is based on not a ton of data, but what data we've done is we see like a payback period of around 9 months based on our current data, which means we consider our CAC, the cost of our sales and marketing team. The labor at this point. So we factor that into the deals.
So if your payback period is 9 months and your ARPU is $3,000 per month, so you're saying your CAC is somewhere around $27,000 right now?
Yeah, that might be true. I don't know. I'd have to check that math.
That's just what your Excel sheet says.
Yeah. Okay. Then that's true.
No. That's what I'm saying in your model. That's what you've put in there as a placeholder. 9 months.
I'd have to check. 9 months. 9 months payback.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Okay.
And we dropped it down to around 6 months, and then we doubled our growth team size, which threw more cost in there. But now it's creeping back down again. So
when did you
went from? Yeah, go ahead.
No, I didn't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I say we started around 12 months, then we got it down to about 6 months, and then we doubled the team size. It went back up to 12, and now we're back down to 9 again. So
yeah, and so that's a fully weighted payback period. That includes salaries of employees, including paid spend, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Rye, when was that last round of funding? When did you do it?
August
last year. Okay, good.
Summer,
so you got plenty of runway.
No, we don't actually. So
are you raising?
No. Yeah, we're raising. We decided to burn the pile as fast as we can in a responsible way. But yeah, that's, when you get to 25 people, the burn, I think our gross burn's around 200K. So we're burning net 150 right now. So yeah, $1 million doesn't last too long when you're doing that.
Yeah. And guys, it's rare we get CEOs that are as open and transparent as Rye, which I appreciate. So let's use this to learn for a second. So what that gross burn basically means, kind of, cash going out is basically 200 grand per month. What do you mean, Rye, when you say gross burn is 200 and net is 150?
Yeah, so our revenue being around 50K a month offsets 200,000. Yeah. So
got it. You guys all follow that, hopefully. So $150,000 is living his BB&T account each month. So $1 million lasts. You call it 8 months, 9 months.
That's right.
Awesome. What do you?
And we're right around.
What are you raising, Rye?
So there's a new idea called the post-seed round. I don't know if you've heard that concept. It talks bullpen capital, sort of uses that lingo, but basically we're doing like a $3 to $5 million round that is not a seed extension round. It's an up round. It's more money than we raised initially, and it's essentially the old A.
So you'll raise 3. You're targeting $3 million.
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
Yeah.
Interesting. And give me a range. What kind of valuation are you trying to aim for?
That's a great question. Whatever we can get it at, to be honest, is it's the great advice. Is think about your share price instead of your percent ownership. And if we can get this round done, our share price, the value of our equity rises, and the odds of us living goes up. But at this point, A's are tough still, so we don't really want to bump our valuation up too much. So we're going to just listen to what the offers are and not be too greedy on that.
Yeah.
So we have some headroom for the next round.
So you're okay if it's a little more dilutive than usual, right? As long as the value is increasing, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're pumped about building a big company. I'm personally pretty generous with equity, and I always have been with my companies. So if you're going to be generous, you're giving up a bunch, but at the same time, you have a bunch of co-owners with you. So it's I think it's worthwhile.
More people in the boat's a good thing. Like I told you guys at the top of this episode, I have amazing data, and you guys know from my interview style, I love data. But what I love more than data is making it actionable via beautiful dashboards that I can view on my phone, on my TVs in my living room, or even on my laptop as I'm traveling. And the company that I use to create these dashboards, which pulls in data from my Libsyn backend, my Google Analytics backend, Salesforce, and other data sources, is called Clipfolio. You can see an example executive dashboard, or my social media command center, or my web metrics dashboard at nathanlatka.com/analytics. That's nathanlatka.com/analytics. And you can try it there for free for 3 months. It's Clipfolio. You can try it free for 3 months. Everybody else has to pay. So you get it free for 3 months. Alan's a good friend. He's the CEO of the company. He came on the show. I said, I love your product. Can I feature it? So nathanlatka.com/analytics. Go check it out now. Guys, I get asked all the time, Nathan, you host all these interviews, hundreds of them per month. How do you do them efficiently? And guys, the answer is simple. People always agree to my calendar, back-to-back meetings. I batch my interviews to stay very efficient. And the way that I do it is I use a tool called Acuity Scheduling at nathanlatka.com/schedule. And the reason I use them is very simple. They keep my no-show rate very low because they send out reminders about when the interview or the meeting is coming up. And also, they make it very easy to
schedule time, right? I don't have to go back and forth via email 10,000 times with people I'm trying to meet with. Okay, at nathanlatka.com/schedule. It helps me so much. And by the way, look, I have so many meetings. I'm the best in meetings. Okay, I do them back to back, very, very efficient. You guys know me. Many people say I'm the most efficient they've ever seen. Okay, so I use the tool. It's so efficient. And by the way, I got Gavin. I said, Gavin, he's the CEO. I said, I want a great deal for my people. He said, Nathan, well, most people get a 14-day trial. Isn't that great? I said, no. He's given us a 45-day free trial at nathanlatka.com/schedule. That's not going to stay up forever, so go get it now. nathanlatka.com/schedule.
All right, Ryan, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Oh, geez. I would have to say, is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People a business book? I don't know.
That's a good one.
All right, well, let's call it a business book then. Yeah.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Yeah, there's Morton from X.AI. I'm pretty hot on the whole AI. We've got some AI ideas for ourselves, and I don't know if you've seen X.AI. It helps set meetings. It's pretty cool. So I'm pretty impressed by what he's built so far.
Good. Number 3, what's your favorite online tool, like Acuity Scheduling?
Favorite online tool, I would say right now for us is, what's it called? Hold on, what's this thing called? It's I'm so used to it. Fabricator. Have you heard of Fabricator?
What's it do?
Yeah, it's basically I don't know where it came out. It's basically has we use it for wiki, we use it for internal tickets. It has project management. It has some sort of things like that. But it basically is our intranet, if I was going to use an old school term. And so, yeah, our company, we're on the wiki kick, and we all kind of try to keep all of our processes and everything all documented there. Fabricator, it's an open source tool that you can tailor for your internal team.
Number 4, yes or no? Do you get 8 hours of sleep every night?
No, absolutely not. Rarely.
And what's your situation? Married,
only
single?
if I sleep in. Yeah, I'm married with 3 children, and I know it's tough.
How old are you?
No, I am 44.
Okay. And what were we going to say? I cut you off.
Yep. So, no, I was going to say I go to bed at 12 or 1 or 2 and get up as late as I possibly can each day before someone forces me to get up.
So, last question, Ryan. Take us back 24 years. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Oh man, I would have to say, 20 years. I did start entrepreneurship pretty early, but I would say to be bold, to be confident. I think confidence is pretty tough to do when you're that young, but if you can figure that out early enough, it works wonders.
There you guys have it from Rye Walker, founder and CEO of Astronomer.io. Be bolder, have a bit more confidence. Again, launched and really pivoted back in 2015 at Collision. Did about $600,000 or $600,000 annual run rate in that first year. Now up over $60,000 in monthly recurring revenue, serving over 20 customers. Again, onboarding onto their data platform that helps folks really understand what's going on inside those channels. Combination of human plus machines. They've raised $2 million, looking to raise another $3 to $5 million here in the near future. Rye, thank you for taking us to the top.
Well, thanks.
If you enjoyed Ride today, go back and listen to Monish yesterday of Data Signs. They've raised $5.4 million, and he's giving loans to Indian credit borrowers at 1/2 the rate that Money Sharks do. He's targeting a 22% IRR and way less basis points. It would mean the world to me if you guys got any value from this episode, if you would go leave a review on iTunes right now and then subscribe. I hustle like heck to get these episodes out every freaking day for you guys. And trust me, I love it. I would do it with no listeners, but boy, oh boy, it makes my day and it makes my team's day when we see great reviews and get your feedback. So thanks so much. Top Tribe, I love giving away free money. I feel like Oprah giving away cars, and I have something special for you today. How many of you have heard our super sharp guests talk about success they've had with Facebook and Google Ads? Well, all of you listening right now, yes, if you're listening, you get $100 in free AdWords. Here's how you get it, okay? Again, thanks for listening. Get the free $100 from Google, right, when you sign up with my website host provider, HostGator. Go sign up now to get your free money. HostGator.com/Nathan. Again, that's HostGator.com/Nathan.